Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, taking a look at Jund creativity in MTG Arena Pioneer. The kind of like latest iteration, or the iteration of the creativity deck that's become kind of the most popular. Things are still kind of like, you still see other builds. I've seen some red-green stuff, a lot of blue-red, some Grixis, and some Rakdos as well, you still see floating about. But this build has become very popular, and part of that is pacage formation. And so I mean to cover this for quite a while. We've played against it for sure in some different videos, but let's just run through top to bottom. Obviously, we have 4 copies of Indomitable Creativity here. Red, red, red X. This deck in particular is generally only looking to create creativity for 1. You can do that for 2 or 3, but we have 3 targets in total, and we don't have like a combo to creativity into. But the 4 mana get 1 thing is generally what we're looking for. Destroy X artifacts or creatures. For each permanent destroyed, reveal to hit an artifact or creature card, put it to play. The targets then that we have for this, obviously we've got a bunch of ways to make tokens, which we'll get to, but the targets, we've got 1 each of Valgavoth, Atraxa, and Titan. These are all slightly different things. Having a variety is quite nice in case your opponent has some random like extraction effects, especially with Niv to Light being more popular. Oh well, now that we've got Brings to Light on Arena, it's something to actually be aware of. If you play like 4 Atraxas, you might just get them all taken away. However, they all kind of attack your opponent a bit differently. Atraxa gets you a bunch of card advantage straight away when it enters, without having to like have other stuff happen, but then is a bit more vulnerable to removal. Valgavoth has some really good protection versus removal, doesn't get you the value in terms of cardboard straight away, but obviously is 9/9 like flying lifelink fly. Like both of these huge lifelink things. Titan hits artifacts and enchantments, and generally, like, hey, if you do cast this for 2, you're still probably winning the game anyway, except for some control decks. And so yeah, we've got 3 targets here, well, three hits for creativity in the deck, and we also have ways to recycle them. One of the reasons I like this version, the Jund version of creativity, better, where you play black, is Zombify. Just a 4 mana reanimation card to bring one of these back after your opponent's like been able to deal with it, especially with like Atraxa and Titan being able to reuse that effect, specifically Titan, where you get to blow a bunch of stuff up or put a bunch of other power or gain a bunch of life straight away as well, is often enough to like seal the game. And then the rest of the deck's built around kind of like getting to this stage, either like turning off some of our opponent's combo stuff, clearing space for our combo, or surviving versus creature decks. So we have our 4 copies of Fatal Push and 4 copies of Thoughtseize here, best black cards in the format. Strip your opponent's combo cards, strip your opponent's interaction for our combo, and obviously early game removal. Alongside the 4 Fatal Push, you've got 2 Torch the Tower, specifically good versus some of the decks with like creature lots of dies effects. See like the versions of the red deck at the moment. 2 copies of Beer Triumph. Beer Triumph plays a really nice role here. This as a removal spell is awesome, but alongside Fable the Mirror Breaker gives you this access to this like reanimation plan where you just like, hey, I've drawn one of these, I'm just gonna like put it in the graveyard and oh look, I've zombified it back on turn 4. Really nice angle. Plays like more like the creativity decks do in Modern, which is really cool. The other big card that's new is pacage formation. Pacage formation kind of does everything. Destroys target creature with flying. Awesome, loads of those running around. There's demons, all that kind of stuff. Destroy target enchantment. You just had Niv to Light kind of brought to full force on Arena with Pioneer Masters. More Leyline Bindings than ever. And then draw a card, create a food token, which is at instant speed for 1 and a green. A great way to end step, put something to play to creativity away. Or like if you're in a tough spot versus like red or something, you can gain some life back. All modes are super relevant, and this is kind of like the main incentive to actually play the green version. That and being able to like cast Titan and some of the other stuff makes it really strong. Fable, what can I say about Fable the Mirror Breaker? In particular in this version, like obviously if you're copying stuff, like you're winning, but Titan of Industry in particular, obviously these 2 are legendary, but multiple Titans will win you pretty much any game of Magic, which is pretty great. The Valakut's Awakening down here. Some utility, we are 26 lands, this is the 27th, that's a double face card, but also is a way to cycle cards like your creativity targets back into your deck if you draw too many of them, or versus like control decks, like put away some of the removal spells that are pretty dead, but put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of the library, draw that many -1, so it goes even with itself. It's not card advantage, but you're not going down on cards. And allow when you need it to. And then lastly, 4 copies of the Big Score. Yeah, standard creativity stuff. Draws cards, makes treasure. Treasure can be used to creativity away, or to let you creativity and like multi-spell that turn as well and have some other stuff going, which is particularly quite nice if you hit Atraxa and have like some new spells you want to cast. All in all, pretty good. The mana base, we have these 2 Fountain Ports down here, which are important to note because they make tokens and let you do stuff if your creativity plan's not really working. And then we also have Sekenzan, very similar, making tokens. Again, end step, you can, this one is obviously Surprise, whereas the Fountain Port has to be in play, but you go end step, Sekenzan tokens, untapped creativity, very strong. The rest of the mana base, Jund lands, I will have a link in the description to a Moxfield deck list, rather than listing all these out individually. I'm playing best of one today, I think, but I will include a sideboard as well. So we have 2 copies of Torture Tower, copies 3 and 4 of Torture Tower, alongside a Fiery Impulse as some extra removal to bring in most of the aggro decks. Alongside that, a Chandra's Defeat, which comes in against red, but also in particular is good versus Quintorius combo, which is very rare to see online, to be fair, but something to be aware of. I'm actually thinking about featuring it again, because it's been a little bit of time and it's kind of off the radar a bit. Similarly to Anger of the Gods, if you can make it through the early game versus red, you will win if you land any of these, pretty much. We'll see how that plays out in matches, but that's my statement I'm making. The Slaughter games are going to work back up, particularly versus like Lotus Field, but other decks you just want to like take their one kind of important card. 3 copies of Duress versus Control, or again, some of those combo decks. Hidetsugu's is great versus aggro, but then also like is Graveyard Hate, which is neat. Similarly, Go Blank versus some of the slower decks, but also like Graveyard Hate there. Back to Nature's a sweet one. If you play against green-white auras, this will absolutely ruin their day, and people kind of forget that this is in the format. And yeah, that is the list. Gonna hop into some best of one ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate it. Do like, comment, share the video around to anyone you think would be interested. All that stuff helps me out an absolute ton. And yeah, let's get into some matches. First match here with the creativity deck. Let me switch my scene. We are doing Graveyard stuff today, and I'm mean to record in this mode anyway. We have Poor Patch, we have like early interaction with Fateful and Thoughtseize, but missing third land and also green source. I will keep this though, based on these cards. Getting us through the early game. Opponent has mulliganed. I think blind, I don't necessarily want to run this Thoughtseize out straight away, especially when we don't have a normal turn 2 play. I'm just going to go tap land go, and we'll leave ourselves open. If they don't cast an early creature, okay, that we maybe... And we have our green source. Maybe more prudent to cast the Thoughtseize in the Fatal Push. Depends how they play this. Yeah, I kind of like this one. We're gonna take Light Pause. If they like just like go Shelter by it, it's kind of annoying. I'm gonna disguise the green for now. They have a choice. They could like Shelter by here to give this ward, which is kind of interesting. They're not. Obviously, they draw a card if it dies with Audacity on. Must be a little wary of the 1 mana Hexproof enchantment. Okay, no, they're gonna go all in here. That's fine. We have the mountains. This taps for green. I'm just gonna main phase this Fatal Push in case they draw the Hexproof 1 mana aura. They get to draw a card here. But our plan here is to end step Poor Patch into untap creativity, and that should hopefully get us in a good spot. They drew the Scout. Oh no! All right, there's one other unknown card. We don't know yet. So the problem with them having creatures in play is that this sheltered by is actually quite annoying. Alright, we know we're not getting a Traxxer. 50. We're also not, we're on 11. This isn't tons of damage. You can look to tracks, take like 1% of damage off of this. And we do have to cast this. Obviously, if we hit Valgavoth, it's great. If we hit the 2 hit Atraxa was probably the worst hit. I think this is fine. I'm taking a little bit too much over this. Yeah, I think Atraxa was probably the worst hit because this just gets exiled. Also, you get the cards, but finding an actual answer to deal with this while it's hexproof is going to be pretty tough, as opposed to the Scavenger or Light Pause necessarily. Yeah, Valgavoth. Okay, cool. They can't simply just shelter by this away. Whereas the Titan, like, we get the 4/4, they exile this thing, and then like, but they're gonna do this. They now have to sacrifice 3 non-land permanents, which is all of them. All right. Note. Apt Blood Crypt. Looking to big score into just Cast Attractor. We're gonna go into the red zone here. Puts us back up to 20. We feel pretty safe. There's 3 non opponents there to sacrifice. This comes to race a little bit. That actually provides like a nice power boost. Our plan is to get rid of this, hopefully. End step, big score discards Kenzen. Yeah, we can cast blue white. Make this. Keep a treasure alive. We can't do that because we still need the blue white from the treasure mana. Importantly, we want a creativity, a way to make a token. Any really cheap one? This is like good attraction as well. We're gonna get these. We'll get an untapped land. We're at 25. Well, thoughtsies here. Just see if they have a double Shard Mage's Rescue. Sure. One of these is a Besagi, but we do get to, in theory, use this at some point. By paying life instead of mana. Yeah, I see. I'm just not going to do that right now. If they have another Shelter buy, there's like some race. It being at 8 power is annoying, but we have more than enough to come back with to finish lethal. They should cast the Shard Mages to get the buffs in. That makes it 15, but that's still not quite the right number. We get there this time. Alright, not bad, not bad. Alright, nice win versus the Hexproof deck. Just like, that's the idea. You interact enough early to kind of get through. This hand, like, is being carried by the Fable. That's a Yorion. This might be a little tricky. Fable kind of fixes everything. And the Yorion implies we're not going to be under a lot of pressure early, but we do need to try and kill quite quickly, otherwise they'll get ahead of us. So, whether this is enigmatic or it is... excuse me. Whether it's enigmatic inclination or it's like Niftalite, both those decks can go over the top of us pretty easily. That's a black anyway, but we don't have a turn to play. Taking the extra draw is interesting. We should take the Carroted here. We do not care about the Helix. The Pillars of the Bog isn't. It's just spinning wheels, really. Go Fable. We then have to spend like another turn Lightning Helixing this. If they want to. If not, we can like just kind of ramp towards Valgavoth, but hey. In here feel like pretty decent about it. It is interesting to discard this, given we have big score. We have 4 lands, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's actually 2 more turns. I'm still kind of open to the idea. But we also have other things in the deck, and we can also reanimate this. I think this is better than like trying to wait to do that. The 2/9s we should Thoughtseize. These are big score here. Big score lets us untap creativity. This is certainly a decision. I'm main facing the big score so we can Thoughtseize. Alright, I'll take the Pillage. This, like, once they have a few lands in play, this starts to look a lot more like Demonic Tutor. Okay, they're gonna add a Yorion. We get the backside for Fable. If you can do this for 2, There is Sunfall and Devastating. So the standard wraths for Niv to light. I just recently posted a video with this if you're interested. But the standard wraths to have are gosh, words, things. Sunfall, and I'm just gonna cast this for 1 here. And if we happen to hit the Titan, we can like start copying it with reflection. Okay, we don't, because, you know, not so great. I'll get the Fountain Port because we haven't played a land this turn. Creativity, and we'll go for big score of a torch. This is like almost kind of close. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like we can play a slow game, like go like, oh, we're just gonna go like get Fable. It depends on what they're gonna go for here. Yeah, so I'm gonna use the Sunfall here, which is totally fine. And so we want to just we're just gonna go ahead and zombify Valgavoth. And then we have like creativity for Titan left. But one of their answers for this could be, and nicely, Poor Patch Formation actually answers them, is it? So there's the Deafening Power, that's the other wrath they can have. They can get that and get Colligan's Command. They are kind of struggling to keep up here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and just straight up creature with flying, just so we can close the game out quickly. They have the Yorion, is fair. It'd be rude not to cast in Mizzet, but there's not many things we can find off of it. We're paying life here. Yeah, but 0 hits. Brilliant. And I think we say go. And this basically lets us go end step, big score into creativity. Get the Titan. I think it's solid. They're gonna scoop it up. Alright, game 3. I've been really pedantic about my order recently, so I went back and checked that, and it was bad for game 2. Hopefully it's fixed again now. I'm getting super tilted, but we'll keep this. We like removal, the Poor Patch Formations like also kind of help fix a lot of stuff. We'll see how things go. Hopefully this all works out. But yeah, thank you for bearing with. Hexproof again. You never play a deck once. I always feel like you play like the same deck like 2 or 3 times, which is like fine normally, but like is a little tilting when trying to record stuff. Like I recorded a Blue-Red Lotus Field video and played against Green-White Hate Bears, which is literally the deck's worst matchup 3 matches in a row. Sure. Here's Ward 2, Ward 2. We can get rid of one of these. But this turn, oh, they're not going to attack. I'm just going to draw. We want to draw towards gas. Later on, we can look to... Okay, we found a Fable, which is good. We can, like, later on look to, like, pop the Shelter by Ghosts and, like, bit of Triumph for this. Getting mana for it. But this is fine for now. And we can also, like... This isn't very fast pressure. We can maybe just, like, creativity some stuff out. Jockland. Okay. Ooh, they're playing the blue. Well, they're playing most likely because the mana conflicts. They're playing the 5-color version of the deck. Maybe we need to accelerate our plans. So I'm gonna score the Proving Ground here. I'm also gonna score the Blood Crypt. I'm holding on to these 2, which is about fine. Okay, we found 2 more lands, which isn't necessarily the best. Why? We can't block the Aggro Swarm. So we will attack. That gives us still the wrong number. I'm going to end turn here. Depending on what they put on, we're going to Poor Patch Formation all these enchantments. The issue really... Like a Mana Confluence. What else do we have? All that glitters. We're on 13. We can let that resolve. We want to destroy the shelter by that reduces the damage by 2, which means we are living. Goes down to 11. That basically gave the opportunity to play the flash enchantment for Hexproof here. Because they didn't, I am going to sack this food for some life. We flip this. I'm going to try a bit of triumph. I'll discard a card here. I think at this point, yes, I do. I'm going to discard the Blood Crypt because we might actually cycle this Proving Ground at some point, given the way this is going. We'll play green, red for ward here. Oh wait, yeah, resolve this. That happens. They draw a card off Audacity. They obviously had to scribe out of it. We have this still up. We do have Fable. And yeah. Basically holding the Proving Ground because we can trade this in for a card. Doesn't look like they've drawn another attack yet. 5. We'll do this. We'll land away from casting Valgavoth. At which point I guess I play this out. That might actually might not be worth it because we're at 5 life. But yeah, sure. We do get to cast a Valgavoth, huzzah. We're still at 5, but in a commanding position. Alright, a couple more I think. The Titan's like the most castable of them to draw into. This looks fairly reasonable. Like a little slow with the 2 Proving Grounds, but it's fine. Points on the play though. So if they go like okay. I already want to thought twos here. I'm worried about angels and then having like a turn 2 bishop. I'd like to take that if possible. Not angels. We'll take Thalia, leave them with Skyclave and Coco. Now I'm going to slow this down a lot given these. Obviously we have the torch, but we wouldn't be able to cast it on time if we... Well. Me. Oh, now we have creativity. We commit to taking a hit off of this. It starts getting dangerous. What's it going? Shockland. You may have max punish and they get interrupted here. They don't. They did shock though. There's no real reason for them not to shock. Okay, they haven't drained Innocence. This is a good card advantage engine. We want to take the company, but also want to make room for this poor patch formation. We don't have, with the tap land, we don't have Turbo Creativity anyway, so I think we should probably just take the Coco. We can play the Skyclave for no value to draw a card here. I mean, no value. Drawing a card is not no value, but... Okay. Ooh, double Enduring Innocence. They need to close, like, they will draw a lot of cards. We're also on 12. We're going to go to a creativity into question mark. That's not the end of the world. I think it's a draw to. This combination of things might be the end of the one. Untap land. We get an 8. That means we're getting Titan. Sorry, no, it means getting Valgavoth. The Archon. Oh, we're so dead. Yeah, we paid the life of Stomping Ground. Obviously enters tapped because of the Archon. This then shuts us off casting creativity for 1 here for 4 mana. We are all kinds of dead. Okay. Yeah. That's tough. Rough match. This'll be our last one. I used to play dead decks in like 4 formats, so I guess I deserve to get Archon of a Myriad, but gosh, yeah, that was not great. We'll keep this. Yeah, I'm playing through both. Okay, Leyline of the Void turns off the turns off the reanimated plan. Oh, mill. That makes more sense. I guess main deck Leyline's the best of one. Mill is actually can be super effective as this deck if you just hit all the creativity targets. I mean, we've drawn 2 of them as well, which is not going to help us. While they played the Leyline of the Void into play, it doesn't look like they're playing mono blue just with the ley lines for the anti-graveyard tag. So they've not hit the Valgavoth anything left. But these are of course all exiled. Got a crab. Oh, Clab plus the storefront gets you 2 landfall triggers. Build your own patch lands. Oh well, not really build your own. Okay. This is the land. Let's go the Bit of Triumph. Sure. I thought they were saving their Ruin Crab and was like, oh my gosh, we've been played, we've been flim-flammed. And this is still pretty good. I'm just showing Stomping Ground here. Here's some options for this Poor Patch formation. Because it can put the ley line away to get a graveyard back. We've not hit any of our reanimations to the graveyard or the target in hand. And we've drawn 2 our other 2 targets. I think actually I am gonna blow up the ley line here. This is a pretty fun game to end on. Few more Poor Patches in the graveyard. Oh, we got rid of the bitter triumph. There, the Ashiok also exiles the graveyard. Certainly. I actually need this to discard. Oh, he needs to play. Oh, this is so bad. We need a lend. We can attract, so we should all probably Titan, given we have this. I'll say go. See what they do. We have 21 cards. Oh no. Yeah, this is not looking good, team. This is looking bad. Cacophony for 2. I'll respond to this. I'm gonna get rid of a Traxxer here. $11 cards in library, 7 cards in library. They're now top decking. We have no hits of creativity in the deck. We unfortunately can't do this and do the rest of the things. We can't do this and activate this turn. We should have played this Kenzen. This was... I should have thought about that. Oh gosh. Okay. Did we go to 2 cards? 1 card? I don't think we have enough time. I think we just die. It is distinctly possible we just die. If they've drawn anything, we're dead. Oh, they hit Jace. That's game over. Alright. I would say that this is a bad matchup. Like, we can just combo on turn 3. But, not turn 3, turn 4. But, it was not on the cards. We also drew 2 of our hits. So, hey. That is a good game. That's... What a way to end. It's a funny way to finish. Yeah, just got built out there. The lane line was, like, in theory going to be pretty good. And then we... Yeah, so if I was kind of like stumped on whether I wanted to play this Kenzen. We need the 7th land for the Titan, but if I put it together, we need, if we, like, the fact that if we drew an extra land, we could have activated Fable on it straight away. It wouldn't have made a difference in this game, because they could still even protect the Ashiok with the 2 blockers with the Merfolk Secret Keepers, and then they drew into the Jace to finish us off anyway. But, yeah. Looking back, should just play this Kenzen for that reason. And then yeah, the Green White Company game was also like pretty rough. And then we won the other ones, which was great. Green White Company is like a tough matchup. Obviously, got a bunch of like non-basic lands that are all coming into play tapped. The one spell per turn is actually totally fine. So when I saw it initially, I was like, oh, that's totally fine. And I was like, yeah, let me just shock myself the stomping ground. Like, oh wait, need the extra mana for the Thalia as well. We'd already answered 1 or 2, so yeah. The rough one. But overall, the deck is really, really strong. You got game in a lot of different matchups. You've got plenty of removal versus aggro. The nice thing about this version of the deck with the Fables and the big scores is that you can play all this removal for the aggro decks, which we didn't face against today, to be fair. And then like be able to like discard it versus control decks where like the Fatal Pushes and Torture Towers are dead, which is super, super nice. And there's some like room for like tweaking stuff around, and some room for alternate threats here as well. That's one that you want to play. I really like the Reanimator aspect of this with the Fables, like discard for value and then like, oh yeah, I bring them back after opponents answer them. Deck is really, really cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, please do like, subscribe, share the video around to anybody you think would be interested. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.